Welcome to the Pathways to Surrender podcast. I'm Michael Warmoth, and thank you for joining us for this guided meditation. Please note that these meditations are recorded in a tropical setting with the windows and doors open, so you will hear birds and other sounds. Try not to let them distract you from the words. Let's take a moment now to just get settled in, get comfortable and relaxed. Maybe close our eyes and take some breaths and just listen to the music before the meditation starts. When we hear the truth that there is a perfect order and that there is nothing wrong, it is very likely that our ego will react and start trying to prove how that can't be true. When we want to surrender to the truth, when we want to let go of the ego and control, the ego resists with its claims that there's something wrong, something needs to be fixed, something must be done. However, it works for us. And then we begin to try to solve the problem of control and resistance. But that is an ego-based approach. What we have to remember is that we cannot convince the ego that everything is okay, that there is a divine order to everything. There is nothing wrong. The ego cannot accept that because the ego is trying to solve a problem. The knowing of the truth can never be known by the ego. But if we do not accept the truth and place our faith and trust in it, we will not be able to surrender and let go of control. But it is not the ego that has to accept that. The ego will never accept it. We are the choosers of where we place our faith and trust. For most of us, most of the time, that is in control and the ego. That is where we place our faith and trust. But we are the chooser. And so we must remind ourselves that the truth cannot be known while we are choosing the ego, while we are choosing control. There is within us the knowing of the truth. It is already in place. We don't have to make ourselves know the truth. It is already known in every cell of our being. But we have to stop doing is believing and trusting the ego. We have to stop choosing the ego. That means consciously choosing to accept the moment as perfect. Consciously choosing to become present to what is, and consciously choosing to unconditionally accept this moment just as it is. To accept ourselves just as we are, unconditionally, in this moment. We are the chooser. We can make these choices. We may struggle to remember them, to believe in them, or believe it's possible. But be assured that this is the reality of consciousness. We choose what we fill our awareness with. we direct the focus of our awareness. We are always choosing. In this moment, you have power to direct your focus wherever you want. Because we have not used this power to turn our focus away from the ego and the distractions of the dissociated mind, we are easily distracted. We find ourselves lost in thought. But now, these words remind us we are not a victim of the ego. Ego is not a power in our lives. It is what we created. It is not anything other than ideas and stories and beliefs. We tried to figure out why we weren't welcome, why we were betrayed. And we came up with a story about ourselves that we have believed and that we have refined and that we have spent a lifetime trying to improve. Now, we can see that it's time to let go of all that. To come back into the connection and harmony of our authentic self. The peace of knowing the truth is a complete peace. There is no anxiety, no fear, no worry. When we actually accept and allow the truth to be revealed in our awareness. All possibility of anything being wrong dissolves. And the perfection and divinity of the Spirit within us is revealed. This is not something magical or mysterious. It is just the truth. The truth of what underpins all reality. The truth of an infinite consciousness, creating out of its own self-expression. Our consciousness is one with that consciousness. We can choose to allow our awareness to know that consciousness, to experience that unity. We can make that choice. There's nothing to do. Making that choice is simply making the choice to let go of all our opposition and resistance to it. There is nothing that we have to make happen or do. It's already done. It's already here. It's already real. We just need to stop denying it and repressing it and avoiding it. It is a big step to let go of control and trust. But there is no danger in it. There is no risk. All the ideas behind the fear that we experience are not true. There is nothing to fear. There's nothing to lose. What we fear losing is not even real. So let us remember that the truth cannot be understood by the ego. When all we hear is resistance to the truth, then we must make another choice. We must acknowledge that we don't have to choose the ego. That we can accept the truth. It doesn't mean we will experience it in this moment. As we let go of one layer of resistance, another arises. But we soon see there is no danger in letting go. We feel the truth calling. We experience the grace of being present for a moment. We are on a journey, and a journey takes time. In the end, we will realize that there was no time, that everything was always perfect and we were always perfect, and there was never anything wrong. We can grant ourselves some peace by choosing to accept the truth, to accept that there is nothing wrong, that we are an expression of that infinite consciousness, the spirit and energy and power of that consciousness is alive within us. That is the truth of who we are. That is real. Thank you for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you would like more information on these meditations and teachings, you can visit pathwaystosurrender.com. You might be interested in our other podcast, Pathways to Wholeness. These are episodes of meditative teachings designed to help us move to the next step in our journey, letting go, learning to surrender, overcoming resistance. That's Pathways to Wholeness. Look for the next episode soon. We'll be uploading them every couple of days. See you next time.